The reason my program is the secret to life is because it's a secret to your life. I just used that term yesterday, the secret to life, and that's what I'm rebranding on my site because I know that I have the secret to your life because it is within you. It's something you were born with, something you were meant to do, bring to the world. And when you do that, you embrace your authentic self, you have everything you want, and you thrive. Now, that might sound like a pipe dream or whatever, but I'm telling you, it isn't. I didn't get it. I didn't get it right away. Hardly ever got it because I had to live it. I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm going to leave something for you today to also show you how that happened. I'm 73 years old. I've done a lot of different things. I've had so many different careers over my life, but they've given me a lot of opportunities as well, and a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge. But there was something else that happened. In 1988, I was moving through stuff, and I said, okay, let me try to get some help. And I started doing automatic writing. And then it turned into more than that. And I did it every single day. It's been with 36 years now. Every day I sat and meditated and I received cosmic guidance. Everyone asked, well, why is your program different than everyone else's? I said, well, because I take into consideration your soul. I take into consideration that you have something you're meant to bring to the world. So I receive cosmic guidance, and that's why it works for everyone. And I can say this because many people who have listened to maybe my channeling sessions or read my work, they say, wow, this seems like it's talking to me. We're all human. We all have the same sorts of things, but we also evolve the same way. And that is through our consciousness. Everyone won't do that because sometimes it's really challenging. It was difficult for me. I had to look at everything and I screwed up so much. I have so many failures and things that I screwed up, but also that gave me the ability to then start to succeed. And the things that I did were just unbelievable. And it came through all of the things that I did, but mainly through the work that I have in this program. And I didn't trust it at first because in 2021, I thinking, wait, I have something. And I said, this has got to be so valuable. How did that happen? That's what I did. And I waited. All of this is documented. You'll see videos on that. So then I finally said, let me see, let me try it with a few people and see what happens. Blew me away. And they're still going. But I haven't finished because I only gave them a portion of what I've done. Only a portion. If you've read my book, Overcoming Fear, A Guide to Freedom, you might have seen you could find it online as well, but you'll see some of my story, what I've been through in my life, what I've done, and what I've overcome. And I wrote the book because I wanted others to know that you could overcome so much, practically anything, if you decide to do it. But a lot of times we don't. I did that too. I waited. I held back for so long about doing so many things because I was afraid. Then I started when I saw those people in that course and what they did. I said, "Oh, wait a minute, I've got to do even more." The other thing is that I discovered I've always been intuitive. Then I started channeling, but now I'm also a prophet because see, I had received information that was telling me what would be happening in our world. We've all seen the changes that are going on, and we're wondering what's happening in so many different ways. What's happening with the weather? What's happening with the wars and anger and all of that? Why is that there? It's energy. We're all energy. And so we have energy within us that if we take it to a higher level of understanding or consciousness, then we see things very differently and we also heal. And I've talked about that. I've had so many illnesses, diseases, and crazy things that coming up to now at 73, they're just gone. My doctor keeps asking me, what did you do? It's mind body connection. And when you connect to yourself, then those things can happen. And I'm saying this because everyone's not going to do the kind of work that I did. I mean, I was determined. I was going to find out because I suffered so much in my life. It was terrible, the things that I went through. And now to get to this place of joy, and that's what I want to see. And then I hear people who have come, you'll see this because it's on my testimonial. People say, I've never done anything like this. Yeah, because it's never been created, it's never been done. And that's because I knew that moving through your blockages and your, all of these things that are within you, we can call it ascension, because that is what I call my work, an ascension guide, basically. But also to understand that while you're here, you're supposed to do something. You're supposed to have a great life. You're supposed to have wonderful relationships. You're supposed to have a great career. And the only reason you don't is because you don't know who you are and you haven't been given a way to discover that. Now, it doesn't matter how old you are either. That's the beauty of the work that I have. Because, see, I have people in their 70s and more who are still discovering who they are through this. And it thrills me to no end that that has happened. And then there are some young people who are doing it as well, because then they get off on their life with a new mindset, because that's what this is. It's all mindset consciousness work. And when you do it, you heal, you understand yourself, and you thrive. That's what I'm saying. And it took a while for me to really embrace that. But I had to now. I'm not saying I don't have to, but I'm loving it. But the other thing that happened, I went and did a show, um, Beyond Belief with George Nuri, and that's going to be out in a couple of months. And so that's going to give me so much more exposure. So I have to start getting on with what I am doing because again, like I said, um, you'll hear the people in the program, they have done so far, they've done 31 assignments or that I have, but I have so much more. So that's what I'm putting in because we want to work on your life purpose, you discovering who you are, finding that great career, your relationships, and sustaining your life. All of those things. There's so many different things we're going to put in there. But then I came up with something else. And I discovered this through the members. When I first put it out, I said, okay, they're going to do this and that'll be great. But then they showed me, they went back. When they finished the 31 days, they went back and they started doing it again. And then they told me, when they went back, they discovered more. This is all, neuroscience. This is all you developing something. They said they got even more the next time. I go, well, that makes sense. I've been doing it for so long, and I'm still getting more. But the thing is, you get younger too. So I'm thrilled about that. And you start to feel better about yourself and also the world because we're going to move through these changes because everyone's not going to change. When we move through a change like we're experiencing in the world, a lot of people aren't maybe recognizing that. However, it can be challenging because there are all these energies going, and then you have to confront who you are. You have to find your authentic self. And everyone talks about that all the time. The authentic self. What is that? It's you. And all that happens is that you let go of your doubts about yourself. Those are generational things that have been programmed. We've all heard this. And then you start to see yourself differently. There's no one more important than you to be in the world. So that would be the best thing to do. Now, I will say that some people will stay stuck. That's just what happens. I did it in my life, so I understand that some people will stay stuck. But what I'm doing, I'm opening this up. I said this before for 10 people because what those 10 people, I want to work with you first because when I meet with you, I get very clear ideas about who you are, can direct you in a different way. I'm intuitive. If you've seen any of my channeling sessions, you know I can answer any questions when I'm speaking with someone, especially when I'm in the Wilhelm state. I can answer any question. So then I'm going back and doing more work in Colorado on Gaia. So it's going to be even going larger. My whole idea was to cause our world to become what it could be by individuals living to the highest state that they could. And now I know have it because it's worked. It's working on me and it's working on so many others. And that's what I wanted to tell you. And that's why I know it's the secret to life. It's the secret to your life. No one has ever failed unless they stop. That's all that happens. Now, I will tell you this because what I'm doing now is that when you come into the program, you own it forever. This is not something you pay more money. You own it forever because you will use it over and over again. And so I thought that'd be such a great thing for someone to have a tool that they can always use to come back to understanding who they are. But we also do something else. See, because the way that this really works is that we have group calls where we talk about everything. So we move through everything. And people, it's just astonishing to see how they're coming out of their shells. They're not hiding in their comfort zone anymore. And they're becoming more personable. That's what happens when you become vulnerable. I always use the thing because I love this so much. We all do this, and Jim Carrey said it best. He goes, "The problem with most people is they don't want to be seen." That's because sometimes we carry around this shame and embarrassment about who we are. That's just programmed again. Every soul is born with worth and value. And when you move through this work, you find it. So when you see what I put out today, it's called We Have Given You Everything. And what I use that because that's Wilhelm, that's all the information that I receive. But when you go back, you'll understand something. There's certain things in there over time that they gave me that say you will understand this, and then next you'll understand that, next you'll understand that. That's all of us. That's all of us as individuals, but it's also our collective society as well. And we're moving through that currently. But that's what I wanted to tell you. That's why I have the secret to your life. See, I don't do anything. Let me explain something else. This work is about a deep dive into you. It's not me telling you or anyone else telling you. You will be shocked at what you discover about you. And this morning, one of the members started looking at that little gift in there, which is we've given you everything. And they started looking at all this lessons and they got triggered. They said, "Oh, wow, I can see myself now. I can see what I've been doing." That's what you want. When you can become free of all of that and stop judging yourself and discover who you are, you have this incredible life. That's what it is. So, and I can say this so proudly now because I was afraid. I said, "Is this going to fail at all?" Has never failed. It's only those who don't want to find themselves, who don't want to get to that place, and that's what happens. But I hope you are one who wants to really excel and live a great life because you'll also be making a much greater contribution to our world that we need right now. All right. See you guys soon.